This video is not for whales and dolphins, it's for you because you are just like me. Average Gamer here, and today I'm gonna break down the 3 key things that you need to do ahead of the 1.6 update. And some of it is a bit of prep and some of it's a little bit of a mindset thing. And we'll get into all of that in just a moment after this quick segue to our sponsor, Opera GX. Opera GX are on a mission to get you to break up with your old, boring browser, with super cool splash screens like this and a whole bunch of customizability as well. So for example, you can have your favorite characters on your background. There's a bunch that have been made for Zenless 0, and you can get this all up and running really quickly and easily through the mods section. So if you hop into the mods section here, you can change the interface. This includes things like changing the icons on the left here, so you can change them to the anime style ones and it changes what they are, updates the UI just a little bit, which is very cool and interesting. And then you can also mix and match some of the mods that you've downloaded. So for example, I could go into the wallpaper, change this to this one, but then if I wanted the audio for like a Genshin themed one, then I could also turn that on too here. So then when I open a new tab, it sounds like Genshin, but it looks like Zenless 0. And if I want to get more mods, you can just go to the store here, and then you can search for what you want. They've got a bunch of different Zenless 0 ones. So if I search for Sons of Kaladin, then I can find the Sons of Kaladin one, hit on that, and then install the mod, and then it's going to install everything Sons of Kaladin for me. A new tab now. It's all Sons of Kaladin stuff. Thank you so much to Opera GX for sponsoring this video. It's really customizable, it's really easy browser to use, and it's incredibly easy to get up and running. Just as simple as you go to the settings, you scroll on down, and then you can import your bookmarks and settings from your previous browser by clicking on this option here, click import, and it brings it in a little folder for you. Thank you so much to Opera GX for sponsoring this video. Update your browsing experience by checking them out via the link down below. So back on topic then, what are the 3 things? And thing number 1 is to stockpile. And there's quite a few things that we should be stockpiling ahead of the new patch because we're getting some specific things in this patch. Now, the first specific thing that I'll talk about will be the new drive disk sets that we'll be getting. And because of those new drive disk sets, it kind of means that we should be holding on to the golden discs and red discs that we get, and also the Victoria housekeeping coupons, and also the tuning calibrators, so that if you did want one of the new discs, then you could get a pretty decent one right off the bat. Even if you're not planning on one of the newer characters, from what we've seen so far, the 2-piece anomaly set really looks like it'll be useful for a bunch of anomaly characters and also potentially support characters. So I would suggest holding on to some disc-based resources for the next few days. And on the subject of holding on to stuff, also hold on to your standard tapes. Why? Well, Pulchra is coming and she'll be available with Anby 2 Judgment Day first, but then after that she'll get added to the standard banner. And if you're a day 1 player, you probably already capped your Mindscapes for most A ranks. So if you hang on until Pulchra, at least you might have a hope of getting her Mindscapes too, as we will get her for free, and as opposed to getting your 20th Nicole. Although I wouldn't really mind that much having 20 Nicoles, although imagine the debt. Anyway, a chance at something new is better than just getting the same stuff, so you may as well just bank your standard pulls until Pulchra actually gets added onto the standard banner. Thing number 2, finish up those events. Now, I don't think that any self-respecting proxy could have left any polychrome or meaningful rewards on the table necessarily, but what you might have neglected to do is to fully wrap up on all of the events, because we've had so many, which is not a problem, by the way, but I would just maybe take a sec to check that you have indeed finished them all up, because there's a bunch of additional dennies and upgrade materials that you could still have outstanding, and you'd hate for them to go to waste. I wrote this actual point down, and then I came and I checked, and I found that I, in fact, still had some things that I hadn't done yet. So I'll show that now. But maybe I'm the problem and I'm just absent-minded, I guess. But some players might go in and do the hamster cage passes and get Nicole's outfit, which is the 4th nerf to her chest, by the way. I'm kidding, I love the new outfit. And then they bounce out. And to be honest, that's kind of what I did too. But then you could end up leaving quite a bit of really useful resources on the table. So then you need to find the time to go back in. And because they keep adding all of these events all the time, you kind of forget to go back in and get those really useful dennies and upgrade materials. So taking a moment to go back check. I wouldn't sweat it too much if it's just 1 or 2 rewards that you're missing, but if you've just missed a couple and you can knock them out through a couple of runs of the event or whatever it might be, but for the Bamboo thing, yeah, maybe you just need to do a couple of fun Bamboo things. That's probably not going to take you very long, and then you get a useful thing at the end of it. So yeah, take your time, go back, check the events. The fishing one was the other big one that happened in 1.5, so go back and have a check and make sure that you're all done on all of those things. And then thing number 3, the third thing that we should be doing ahead of patch 1.6, and that is not over prepping to pull for someone. Okay, seriously, let's wait for the drip marketing. Hold. For the last 2 patches now, we've not had the drip marketing for the following patch before the new patch release, which tells me that they are in fact pretty comfortable approaching it in that way moving forwards. Now, I think because we've seen both Vivian and Hugo in the trailer for 1.6, I don't think it'd be too much of a stretch to suggest that they could actually release the marketing earlier for this one, seeing as we've seen them already in the trailer. But something tells me that we've seen a new pattern get established, and we're unlikely to get the marketing until a couple of days into Anby's banner. And again, this is okay, but it does mean that as players, we should wait. Now, if you're a waifu ever meta player and you're going to pull Anby anyway, regardless, because she is your waifu, that's totally fine. You go right ahead. You pull for your Anby. But if you are someone who's a little bit more of a meta player and you kind of want to wait and see what we're getting before you kind of make those decisions, then don't get swept up in the hype for the new character. The new characters will always look good. They absolutely always will. The story will make them look great. We'll probably get to play them as well because Anby 2 looks incredibly fun and very fast-paced. So they're probably going to be very comfortable with letting us play them and try them out in the trial modes and stuff, and probably through some of the story parts as well. And yeah, just don't get swept up in that hype, I guess, if you are specifically saving and then potentially hoping that we don't get Vivian next patch. And on the subject of Vivian, seeing as we did get that new drive disc set, it seems very unlikely that we won't be getting her in 1.7 because it has a gosh darn umbrella on it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching the video. I'm going to remind you now right at the end that you might not be subscribed, and if you like Zenless and Zero content, then maybe consider subscribing. It really helps support creators like me on YouTube. Also, you can drop me a like as well on this video if you enjoyed it. It helps me know that you did enjoy the content. Lastly, feel free to drop by and follow me over on Twitch, where I am trying to stream twice a week now, once on the weekend and once on a Thursday. And if you join the Discord, you'll be the first to know as to when that kind of stuff happens, as well as account reviews and stuff like that. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Bye, 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 bye.